Hey, welcome back to worshiptutorials.com and welcome to new Helix patch release day. This is the GRAMMA WT patch from Worship Tutorials based on the Grammatico jumped amp model. So this amp model is it's based on an amp from Grammatico. It's really based on a Fender Tweed Deluxe, like a vintage Tweed Deluxe. It's aimed to get like classic rock tones like ZZ Top or Tom Petty, that kind of thing. And I think, Bradford and I think that it just really nails it. And we've given you a lot with this patch here from Worship Tutorials. You get, first of all, it's available for, I said new Helix patch release today. It's really Helix, PodGo, HX Stomp, and Helix Native, of course, if you use that. It's available for all those platforms, links below. But you get 8 snapshots with this, and we've included some effects that we don't typically include. Well, first of all, this amp model is kind of a style of an amp that we don't typically do here at Worship Tutorials. This sort of vintage, old school Fender vibe. If you will like that vintage Fender big, huge, round sound, this is for you. So this comes with 2 premium IR cabs from Tone Junkie. They are IRs of the same speaker that are in this Grammatico amp, the Jensen P12Q, I think. If I misspoke, I'll subtitle myself to get the right ones in. But we did double check that it's the same speaker that comes in that amp. And you get, we include a stock cab version of this patch as well. So you get a patch voiced for single coils or low output, high clarity humbuckers, which are really popular these days. You get a patch based on, for humbuckers, which we use my PRS Custom 24 to dial that in with the 8515 pickups. And then for PodGo and HX Stomp, you get additional patches labeled FX, and those include all of the effects blocks from the full Helix version, so you can sort of mix and match and put them in, to make those pieces of hardware work for you. Because we know a lot of you use those in different configurations with other effects. So we give all of that to you so you can use. So effects-wise, we did a few different things. We put Univibe in here, and there's chorus and tremolo in here. You get 3 different levels of overdrive. We basically we set up 2 air apparents in there, one to give you sort of like the yellow side of the King of Tone, and one to give you the red side, like with the higher gain mod. So you get 2 levels of gain from the KOT model, and then there's a Timmy in here as well. You get plate reverb, big huge glitz reverb, all kinds of delay options for you. You can do swells with this. We gave you snapshots. The snapshots you get are clean, drive, drive plus, which is typical for us. P&W lead, again, typical for us. That's going to be a lead tone with like big wet effects. And then an ambient clean with lots of reverb and delay. We gave you a tremolo and a chorus snapshot as well. So the chorus is not on one of the Stomp buttons. We put the U vibe on there, so you have access to all those mod effects, whether you're in Stomp mode or snapshot mode. And of course you can change the assignments, what's on what button, to fit what you do best. So Bradford and I were talking about this. We really feel like this is different than many of the other patches we have at Worship Tutorials. This doesn't scream to us, like it doesn't sound to us like the modern praise and worship thing. But we want to start doing some patches that are a little bit different. Of course, we have the Mark Tremonti inspired patch, which is very different than what we typically do. This Grammatico patch, again, is a bit of a departure. But we have some more like Vox AC style patches coming, but we thought we do so many of those. We want to focus on some of the other amp models that we haven't really given a lot of attention to in the Helix, and the Grammatico is a really cool sounding one. It really does when you play it. Like if you like the sound of a smaller amp, I think this is like a 15 watt or maybe a 20 some watt amp. It really does have that sound. It sounds like when you put the drive on, it's like this amp is about ready to explode. It's a really cool thing. Again, links below where you can get this patch for Helix and Helix and LT and Helix Rack, of course, and Native. You can get it for PodGo, or you can get it for HX Stomp. Now, if you're doing HX Stomp or PodGo, you're gonna have to make a note that the Helix patch won't work on those. So you have to get the patch designed for the hardware that you have. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.